A routine traffic stop turned into a shocking revelation when a police officer pulled over a black judge, suspecting his car was stolen. But when his identity was revealed, it not only ended her career, but also exposed the deep-seated racial biases within the legal system. Stay tuned as we uncover the full story of how a moment of injustice unraveled an entire system. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more eye-opening stories that reveal the truth behind the headlines. Nathaniel Carter was no ordinary man. He was a distinguished judge, known for his unwavering commitment to justice. After years of handling high-pressure cases, he had earned the respect of his peers in the community. But despite his status, Nathaniel was about to experience an injustice that would shake him to his core. That evening, he was driving home after a long day at court. His new Audi, a reward for his years of dedication, glided smoothly through the streets of Woodridge Heights, a quiet, upscale neighborhood he had worked hard to call home. The golden hues of the setting sun painted the sky as soft jazz played on his car stereo. It was one of those rare moments of peace, a time for reflection, but peace was short-lived. A sudden flash of red and blue lights filled his rearview mirror. The sound of sirens shattered the calm atmosphere. Confused but composed, Nathaniel signaled and pulled over to the side of the road. His mind raced. Had he committed a traffic violation? No, that was unlikely. His registration and insurance were up to date, and he was driving well within the speed limit. As he came to a stop, he watched through his side mirror as an officer stepped out of the police vehicle. The nameplate on her uniform read, Officer Emily Harper. Her expression was stern, unreadable. "License and registration," she ordered, her tone clipped and authoritative. Nathaniel was taken aback by her directness, but complied without hesitation. He reached into the glove compartment, retrieved the documents, and handed them over. "Officer, I am Judge Nathaniel Carter. I live in this neighborhood. May I ask what the issue is?" he inquired, keeping his voice steady and respectful. Harper barely glanced at the documents before stepping back. Her expression didn't change. Instead, she folded her arms and nodded toward the car door. "Step out of the vehicle, Mr. Carter," she commanded. A sense of unease settled in. Nathaniel knew his rights. He had done nothing wrong. "Officer, may I ask why I'm being asked to step out?" he asked, his voice unwavering. Harper's hand hovered near her holster, a clear, silent warning. "I won't ask again. Step out of the vehicle, now." Nathaniel's heartbeat quickened, but he remained calm. He knew how quickly situations like this could escalate. Slowly, he opened the car door and stepped out, raising his hand slightly to show he was not a threat. "What's the problem, officer?" he asked again, maintaining eye contact. Harper took a step closer, her eyes scanning him with suspicion. "We received reports of a stolen vehicle matching this description. We need to conduct a search," she said. Nathaniel frowned. "A stolen vehicle? Officer, this is my car. I have the registration to prove it." Harper didn't seem interested in his response. Instead, she motioned for backup. Another officer approached, a younger man who seemed slightly hesitant, but followed Harper's lead. "We're going to need to verify that," she said, her tone unwavering. Nathaniel could feel the eyes of nearby residents watching from their porches and windows. This was his neighborhood, his home, yet he was being treated like a criminal. "Go ahead and check," Nathaniel said calmly, though frustration simmered beneath his composure. Harper stepped aside to run his plates. Minutes passed, each second stretching longer than the last. Nathaniel stood still, breathing deeply, knowing that any sudden movement could be misinterpreted. Finally, the younger officer's voice crackled through the radio. "Vehicle registration confirms ownership. The car belongs to Judge Carter." A heavy silence hung in the air. Harper's expression flickered. Was it regret? Embarrassment? But she quickly masked it with indifference. "You're free to go," she said shortly, handing back his documents without an apology. Nathaniel took them, but he didn't move. He studied Harper's face, searching for any sign of acknowledgement of the mistake that had just been made. "That's it?" he asked, his voice measured but firm. "No explanation? No apology?" Harper shifted uncomfortably. "Just doing my job," she muttered before turning back toward her squad car. Nathaniel exhaled slowly. He had seen injustice in many forms, but experiencing it firsthand, knowing that despite his status, he was still judged by the color of his skin, was a painful reminder of the reality many faced every day. As he drove away, he knew this incident wasn't over. He would not stay silent. The next morning, news of the incident had already begun to spread. A local resident had recorded the entire exchange and shared it online. Within hours, the video went viral, sparking outrage across social media. People demanded accountability. Community leaders spoke out. Even members of the legal system weighed in, condemning the racial profiling that had taken place. The pressure mounted, and soon Officer Harper found herself under investigation. Her record was scrutinized, revealing a troubling history of targeting minority drivers. The department had no choice but to take action. Harper was suspended, and later she resigned amid public backlash. Nathaniel used his platform to speak on the issue, not just for himself, but for those who didn't have the same privilege of visibility. His story became a rallying point in the fight against racial discrimination in law enforcement. What started as an ordinary drive home turned into a moment that exposed a much bigger issue. This incident was not just about Nathaniel Carter. It was about justice, equality, and the ongoing struggle against discrimination. What do you think about this case? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real-life stories that matter.